Today we are meal prepping 3 totally delicious plant-based proteins. I love doing this because 1, it helps just to make your meal building throughout the week go so much faster, and it's also a great way to meal prep if you just don't have a lot of time. This takes under 2 hours, and the recipes we're going to be making are so freaking delicious and simple. We're gonna be doing a really nice smoky baked black beans dish. We're gonna be doing some kind of New York style steak strips using soy curls, and we're gonna be doing these totally delicious crispy curried tofu bites that are honestly to die for. And I also have my order of prep listed for you in the video as well as in the description below to just help make your life easier and help this to go more efficiently. And without further ado, let's just get right into this plant-based protein meal prep. Okay, this first protein, you guys, it's sweet, it's savory, it's steamy, it's spicy, it's smoky, and dare I say, it's even a little bit sexy. Those are all adjectives I never thought I would actually use to describe beans, but we're making baked beans, but they are not your average baked beans. No, no, no. These are like smoky Mexican-ish inspired baked beans. We're using black beans instead of traditional white beans like navy beans. We're gonna be adding in a whole bunch of delicious, spicy, smoky flavorings like chipotles and adobo, cumin, oregano. We're really amping up the flavors, and honestly, I love baked beans so much because they're the perfect meal that you can meal prep to enjoy all throughout the week for a breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Eat them on toast, eat them in a bowl, just eat them with crackers, whatever you want. Baked beans are like literally the best thing ever. So let's get into this recipe. Let's start by chopping up our onion and garlic. Okay, so garlic and onion are chopped and minced. And now the last thing we have to chop for this entire recipe is just a couple chipotle peppers in adobo. Adobo is a very smoky, spicy sauce, and this here is a whole chipotle pepper. And if you're pretty sensitive to heat, then just keep it at 1 chipotle pepper. If I had more, I would do more, but I'm just gonna use the remaining sauce as well in lieu of another pepper. But if you like heat, you can use 2. All we're gonna do is we're just gonna mince this up real good so that we can add it to our smoky sauce. So let's get choppity chopping. Ooh, it tickles my eyeballs. Don't touch your eyes after this, kids. Okay, so we have 3 cans of black beans here. These are just the ones I like to buy from Costco. So we're just going to drain them in a strainer in your sink. Not very exciting, but very necessary. Okay, that's literally all of our prep. So let's take this party over to the stove. Okay, so now you need to get yourself like a pretty hefty, kind of flat-bottomed, deep saute pan, kind of like this, or if you have something similar, or a pot. And if it's oven safe, that's even better. We're going to get that heating over medium-high heat, and I'm gonna add, no, back here. Come on, cameraman. We're gonna heat up like a tablespoon of oil. I'm just using sunflower oil. I know it's not the best, but olive oil is expensive. Get that heating up until it's kind of nice and shimmery and hot, and then we will start sauteing the onions. Okay, now we can add our onion. Once the pan is hot, we're just gonna let it saute now for about maybe 4 to 5 minutes, just until the onions start to get nice and soft and translucent, very nice and fragrant, as we do with onions. And yeah. Quick side note, while your onions are sauteing, this is a great time for you to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, first up is a 1/4 cup of veggie broth, hot veggie broth. But if you don't have that, you can also just use hot water. Next up, we have 2 tablespoons of vegan Worcestershire sauce. I do realize that this is kind of a splurgy vegan item. So if you can't find this, or if it's too expensive, you can easily sub this out for balsamic vinegar. Next up is 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, just for a little bit of added acidity and kind of tang. We've got a 1/4 cup of maple syrup here. This is one of those classic ingredients that you don't skip on. And then of course, we have some molasses. Now this is fancy molasses, but you could also use blackstrap molasses. This is really thick and rich, and it's just gonna add so much depth of flavor to the baked beans. This is like one of those key ingredients that you must simply use. We got a 1/4 cup of tomato paste. We got a whole bunch of spices. We've got 2 tablespoons of mustard powder, a teaspoon of cumin, teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of smoked paprika, and 2 teaspoons of oregano. Yum. Incoming garlic and minced chipotle pepper. And now this step is optional, but I am just gonna add a few extra tablespoons of the nice smoky spicy adobo sauce from the chipotle peppers. But again, you don't have to do this if you aren't really into super spicy. I just like the added smokiness and heat that it brings. Okay, now all we have to do is stir in all those ingredients, make a nice thick sauce. And now the last step is just pouring in the beans, baby. Give that a good stir, as we do around these parts. That's how freaking simple it is to throw together a batch of baked beans. So now all we have to do is put a lid on it and pop her in the oven. Okay, opening oven door, carefully placing this on middle rack. Okay, bye-bye. And now all you have to do is bake your beans in the oven for like an hour and, I don't know, do something, have a glass of wine. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to our next 2 recipes. And what I love about this meal prep in this order is that while I have my soy curls soaking, which I'll be doing momentarily, we can prepare the tofu, get that in the air fryer, and then by the time the tofu's done, we can pop the soy curls in the air fryer, and then everything will be done by the time the baked beans are done, and it's just so magical. So let's start by soaking these soy curls, which is for recipe number 3, which I will get to very shortly. Whee! So rehydrating soy curls is so easy. Sorry. I was like waiting for applause, but it's just my cameraman in here. All you have to do is take some boiling water and simply pour it over your soy curls. Like soy. Get it? Like so? Like soy? Okay, I'll stop. And then you just take a lid or a plate or something flat and plate-like. Just put it on top, and that's it. Walk away, do something for 10 minutes, let these soak up. You will be amazed at how much liquid these little morsels can absorb. So while that's happening, how that bowl is really hot, it's burning my fingertips, ow. We're gonna make some tofu, another soy product, and I love it. I make this all the time. I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make my favorite curried crispy tofu bites, and they're like, so good. So you can easily double this. I'm just making a single batch just for demonstration purposes, but grab yourself a block of extra firm tofu, like so. And if you need to press it, you can. Most of the extra firm tofus out there don't really need to be pressed. Cubing up tofu, it's not anything like rocket science. It's quite simple. Just, you don't even have to cube it if that is just too much effort for you, which I understand. You can just rip it into chunks, but I like uniformity, so you do you. I like about 1-inch-ish cubes, like so. And now, grab yourself a bowl of some variety. You're going to place said tofu cubes. Tofu? Don't know what I just said. Place them in a bowl. Boing. And moving on. Now, I will just say, this is kind of like a non-recipe, so I'm pretty much just gonna be guesstimating my measurements. There's really no need to be precise here because I just kind of go by eyeballing it. But I'm gonna take some soy sauce. This is gluten-free soy sauce from my favorite brand, Bragg. And I'm gonna add just a few glugs. You know, it's about maybe 2 tablespoons, maybe 1.5, about that much. You know, about that much. There's a few glugs. Now we're just gonna give it a toss. And then we take some nutritional yeast. This is the vegan golden child of all veganism. It's this like cheesy, yeasty, savory flavor enhancer. It's basically like crack. That was probably about a 1/4 cup. And then I'm gonna add some curry powder. And again, I'm also not measuring, but I would say this is probably a tablespoon, okay? And what the combination of these two ingredients is gonna do, the nutritional yeast and the curry powder, is once you give it a little tossy, it kind of acts as like breadcrumbs in a way. While not only adding flavor, it's gonna add nice crispy, crunchy texture to the tofu as it air fries or bakes, and it just renders the most amazing texture. The tofu is soft on the inside, it's crispy on the outside. It has so much flavor from the soy sauce, which is nice and salty and savory, and the nutritional yeast and the curry powder. It's like a total flavor bomb, whammy in the mouth, and I make this all the time. Like, it already looks delicious. I could just literally pop one in my mouth as it is. All right, now we're just gonna air fry these bad boys for 20 minutes at 425 degrees Fahrenheit until they're nice and crispy. Bye-bye. Actually, I don't know why I'm saying goodbye, because now we're gonna make steak soy curls strips, yay! So good. Let's talk about steak, baby. Let's talk about you and me, and why we should not eat the animals, because soy curls are yummy. Hey, I just came up with that on the fly. Okay, anyway, getting to business. We need to make a good tasting steak spice. Now, this is, I guess, an optional step that you can skip if you already have, you know, like a good steak spice blend that you already use. Most of them are vegan anyway, but if you don't have a steak spice, I'm gonna show you how to make my favorite blend. It's cheaper than buying, you know, a container of it from the grocery store. So what we have here are 2 tablespoons of black peppercorns and 1 tablespoon of whole coriander seeds. One way or another, you need to crush these up. Now you can use a mortar and pestle. I'm not saying mine's anything special. Mine's from the dollar store. But a mortar and pestle, like a stone one, would probably be better than what I have. Or you can try and use a good quality pepper mill like this one. So we're going to crush these up. I'm gonna first attempt to do this in my mortar and pestle. We're just going to transfer the peppercorns and the coriander seeds into the mortar and pestle. Then we're going to give it a good grind. Now, oh, we're already making a mess. Maybe I should have just done half a batch. And as you can see here, we have recruited the help from the cameraman. The chef is a little bit tired. This maybe is not the best way to crush the peppercorns, but it is yet to be seen. So far, so good. We're done now. We have the ground peppercorns and coriander seeds. Oh, they smell actually so good. The coriander seeds add a lot more fresh fragrance, and that's why I do like to use them over ground coriander. Anyway, I digress. What we're gonna do now is we're going to make our steak spice blend, okay? So to a large jar, we're gonna add the coriander seeds. If you have a funnel, that is also ideal so that you don't make a mess and spill all over your counter, like myself. And now we're just gonna add this lovely cornucopia of spices to our blend. We have some dehydrated onion flake, we've got garlic powder, cumin, smoked paprika, crushed red chili flakes, salt, and dried thyme. It's a good time, that's for sure. Oh, this all smells so good. So just carefully spoon it all in. Again, a funnel would be a lot more fun. I'm on a roll here tonight, folks. We are going to now put a lid on it, give it a good shake. Oh, look at that. Look at that beautiful steak spice. Oh my gosh, the smell, holy flip. Can you smell that, cameraman?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's good. Yum, yum, yum. Now we can get on to the marinade portion of our soy curl steak strips recipe. It's gonna be a good time. So you're gonna need to grab yourself a vessel of some sort. I'm just using a little measuring cup here because that's really all I need. We're gonna add some water. You can also use broth if you like flavor. but I honestly couldn't be bothered. So we're gonna add 3/4 of a cup of just good old water. Next, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Same stuff I used earlier. And then we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of some more vegan Worcestershire sauce. Again, if you don't have it, you can use balsamic vinegar. No biggie. And now we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of a neutral oil, whatever neutral oil you like. And then we're gonna add the juice of 1 whole lemon, like a small lemon is fine. It should be about 3 tablespoons or so. And squeeze. Ooh, that is a juicy lemon. And now we're just gonna take 2 tablespoons of our homemade steak spice, drop it in. That's 1, and there's 2. And now we're just going to whisk it all up until we have a nice steaky marinade. Okay, so now that we have our steaky marinade all prepared, we're just going to drain and press out all the moisture from our now hydrated soy curls. So you just need to get a colander. I just have mine sitting in my sink. We're just going to pretty much pour the soy curls and the liquid right into the colander. And I like to just take like a strong wooden spoon or like my strongest utensil, and I just press all the soy curls down to the bottom, squeezing out all the liquid. Super easy and straightforward. Okay, so now we're just gonna grab ourselves a shallow dish or a casserole tray or whatever. We're just gonna add our drained soy curls. Get all the bits. And now we can just take our delicious steak marinade and we're just going to pour this all over the soy curls. It smells so delicious. Just give it a really quick little toss. Now it does look like there's a lot of liquid in here, and there is, but we're going to let this sit and marinate for at least 30 minutes. Should be about the right amount of time. And in that time, they will have probably soaked up almost all of the marinade. So you don't have to worry about draining off too much, if any. Ready to go. Let's see how we're doing. Ooh, those look pretty good. I would say those are pretty much done. It's really nice and thick. I can tell that it's gotten really like caramelly, and it's like not as liquidy as it was when it went in there. It's really thickened up quite a lot, and it just, that smells so nice. Oh my gosh. Okay, so soy curls have been marinating now for about half an hour. They've absorbed all the liquid that I think they can, so I've just transferred them into a single layer into my air fryer basket. I kind of like them a little bit more on the, at least when it comes to soy curls, on the well done side. So I'm gonna be air frying these until they're kind of firm, kind of crispy on the edges, but still have a nice moisture in the middle. That is so good. But if you want to cook yours a different way, I will leave all of the different cooking options below and kind of how you can achieve different levels of doneness, kind of like we would cook a steak. So without further ado, I'm gonna go and pop these into my air fryer and cook them up for a bit. Yay! Into the air fryer they go. Bye-bye. Okay guys, it's time for the taste test of all of our delicious vegan proteins that we have meal prepped today. I'm gonna start with these soy curl steak bites because they just look so freaking scrumptious. You hear that crunch? That is like so much flavor. It's so peppery, and it's just like this amazing, tangy, kind of like, I don't know how else to describe it. Brad tried one and he said, this tastes like a steak product that you would get at a Michelin-starred restaurant. His words, not mine. Okay, moving on to our curried, crispy, air-fried tofu. They turned out looking amazing, golden, and gorgeous. This is like an umami, savory curry explosion, and it's just, you have to try this. Like, it's so simple. And if you don't try it, I'll be sad for you. Let's move on to our baked beans, you guys. Baked black beans. These smell ridiculous. The spoon is really big. Oh, oh my God. I am without speech. That is unbelievably good. Slap you in the face, smoky chipotle goodness that just warms you up like immediately. And this is like, okay, I think this is the best thing I have made like all week, you guys. Well, my friends, I really hope you enjoyed this plant-based protein meal prep. Let me know if there's other plant-based proteins you want to see me meal prep in a future video. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks again so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe below. Your support means so much to me in my growing little channel, and I love you guys. And I'll see ya very soon. Bye-bye.